Good morning. My name is Joe Bandel, and I am the last Rosicrucian. Last week, I gave a post on Mother's Day about Gaia's Ascension on Mother's Day, and I said that this was an ongoing process that we're going to see significant completion, if you will, that things are crescendoing uh, into a final focus point around the summer solstice, which is just next month, a few weeks away. So, and I also said that every week I was going to give a little video and explanation about why I felt the way that I felt, what I sense happening, because this whole issue is quite confusing, and there is so much misunderstanding out there. And I'm coming straight out and say I don't channel information, but I am active on the astral and etheric planes, and I'm trying to share what I sense happening for what it's worth. And pay attention to whether you are attracted to what I'm sharing or whether you are repelled, because that attraction and repulsion is going to become very intense, especially this year. So as I said, I hope to clarify a few things. On Mother's Day weekend, we had many solar flares and CMEs coming in, and they were bringing in plasma, ionized plasma, that was literally coming into the poles, and it was just pouring in. And we were seeing northern lights at extremely low latitudes and of different colors, which means that that solar plasma was penetrating very, very, very deeply. And it was penetrating very, very deeply because Earth's magnetosphere has been severely, severely weakened. But this is the point that I'm getting at. Earth's magnetosphere is also the astral planes. And the astral planes is broken into two parts. The northern hemisphere, which has a northern magnetic polarity, is termed the spiritual planes. The southern hemisphere, which has a south pole magnetic polarity, is known as the magical planes. And the south pole is where everything is flushing down into. The whole astral planes have been purging in events going from the spiritual planes down into the magical planes, where they're meeting their corresponding counterparts to become balanced enough to manifest as physical events. So the astral planes purging like never before, and these solar events, these CMEs, were assisting that process at this critical time in the yearly solar cycle, the annual cycle, the seasonal cycle, and the lunar cycles. That's all that I'm saying, is I'm coming at this from the aspect of the astral planes as opposed to the scientific planes. I'm looking at my notes here. What I sense is that I do daily meditations. These are group meditations, if you will, even though I might be the only person in the room. I sense I am doing this meditation where I envision it happening with a circle of other people, other souls that are members of my soul group. I simply call them the circle or the order or whatever. And I've been doing this for this meditation, a meditation like this, a group meditation like this for several years. But what's happening is these meditations, these group meditations, take place on the etheric planes. They take place on the lowest astral levels. And I can sense very strong, I can sense the other individuals, the other people who are partaking with this meditation. And as we do this meditation, we are connecting to Source and the spiritual light. And we are also bringing that light down and connecting it through our bodies and through the center of the group down to the womb of creation and into Gaia's core. So this group of entities, this group of souls, is actively anchoring all this stuff that's coming from. So you could say all this solar activity, all this plasma, this group, and there could be other groups as well, but the group that I identify with and meditate with, we are actively in our meditations gathering this plasma, if you will, this charged solar energy, and drawing it down through our bodies and through the center of our group into Gaia's core. And what that is doing is it is actively releasing the pressure. It's releasing the voltage. It's grounding the energy so that it's more peaceful. It's releasing the tension, if you will. And because it is creating energy channels that are actively connecting the north magnetic and the south magnetic hemispheres, what these meditations, these group meditations are doing is they're fixing and making permanent a new magnetic field. We are creating the new polarity. We're creating the new spot for Gaia to be. This is part of what I was trying to share last time. And I'm saying it again, that as this group in our meditations, as we become stronger, it means we're channeling even more energy than before, and which means that Gaia's astral planes are becoming stronger and more stable, which means that Earth's magnetosphere is also going to become more strong and stable. So this whole period from Mother's Day to the summer solstice is really literally that turning point in which Gaia, with all living things, is lifted up, has been raised and ascending. And what's happening is that because everything is lifted, there's nothing left behind. And because there's nothing left behind, Gaia does not need to do that complete pole shift and be destructive of everything. This is what I'm basically, the concept that I want to share with this meditation is we are looking at a stabilization of energies on Gaia's magnetosphere. I sense and I suspect that it's going to be stabilizing and strengthening, and that is reducing the danger of this pole shift. even though you have all these people out there that are saying it's going to get closer and closer and closer. I disagree. I disagree with that. I think that we've already gone through the window and now we're coming out the other side. And I don't want to make these meditations too confusing, so this is what I'm basically saying. There is a split. Gaia has graduated, we have graduated, and instead of a physical reality, Gaia again is more like a hologram, or a hologram that's splitting into two holograms, two Earths. One that is oriented toward the womb of creation, and one that is oriented toward the source, if you will, toward living in the head as opposed to living on the earth. And Gaia's ascension, these energies are coming up because all life has arisen, has ascended. It's through the DNA that's being activated. So our DNA is purging right now, which is why a lot of people are feeling these ascension symptoms that they talk about. But consider yourself and consider if you are trying to lift out of your body and go up into the light, or if you are trying to bring that light and bring it down into the earth and anchor in the earth, because that's the process that's happening now. The polarization is these two earths are splitting apart, and it'll be a gradual process, but it is happening, and it will happen at an increasing level. And as I tried to mention last time, those souls that are, they want to end up in fifth density, if you will, or higher. They want to end up in here. That's where they're going. But the only way they can do that is by severing their earth connection. And as they sever their earth connection, they're going to be struggling a little bit. So that's triggering events. In other words, there's a lot of things going to be happening. And I will talk about that process. I'll talk about those things next week. I just wanted to just clarify what I was talking about this week. The idea that Earth's magnetosphere weakening is the same thing as Earth's astral planes, Gaia's astral planes. They're purging right now. They're emptying out. And some things are becoming stronger, some things are becoming weaker. This group that I meditate with becoming stronger. Because it's becoming stronger, Gaia's magnetosphere is it's turning the corner and it's becoming stronger. It's no longer in danger of that pole shift. That's the takeaway from this. Take it as you will. I'll see you next week. Thank you.